I get some money here now. Cool. I'm back. Got my soda, went to the bathroom, took a little break there. And now in the background over that way, you see three dolls. One's of then Senator Obama, one's of George W. Bush, and the other one's of, I believe that's Bill Clinton. Uh, Very interesting little set of dolls there. I have a lot of little interesting things, odds and ends all over the place. Yeah, I don't have a lot going on in life. Most people don't. Just about everybody's underpaid and overworked, you know. As if you're lucky enough to have a job. You know, I don't care whether you're a contractor, you flip burgers. You're overworked and you're underpaid. That's the bottom line, man. Yeah, everyone wants money from you. You know, and I can't blame because after all, money makes the world go round, so to speak. The world actually turns on an axis and it goes around regardless of human beings and money. But anyway, money makes the world go round in the sense it kind of does. In the sense of furnishings and fans and air conditioning, computers, microphones, all that stuff. That's all cool. But I'm still showing 0 viewers. It says I can invite people, but I don't know anyone to invite. My son, maybe? Maybe? But he's probably working, and I don't think he has time to listen to his goofy dad babble on about things. No, who knows? In fact, it appears that nobody wants to see some goofball babbling. Maybe in time, though. Maybe in time someone will stumble on it and say it's not so bad. It's not so bad. As long as it's free. Which it is. But thanks to Google, I go with it's only $10 more a month. I go Google Red. And a little plug for them. Google Red is $10 a month. And I get a whole bunch of names I can use. And I don't get any commercials. And I seem to get more bandwidth. I don't know, maybe it's in my head. But it sure seems like it gets higher quality sound and higher quality imaging. Especially when we're talking like Discoteca 80 from Russia. Phenomenal quality. I mean, again, we've never had concerts like they do. And even when we had better concerts, and this was years back, where you could smoke a cigarette if you wanted it. Now they have, Kid Rock has police that go around and arrest you if you light a cigarette. That's right, a cigarette. Because it's illegal. Not in Russia, but it is here in America. And that's Kid Rock, by the way. Little plug for him. It's not like he ever announced at the beginning of the show, hey, everyone, the police are here to protect us from people lighting cigarettes. So don't light cigarettes or anything else because you'll be arrested promptly. That would be nice. But I bet you Jim Beam, who sponsors him, would immediately drop him. He'd be walking home. He'd be walking to his next gig. So he keeps his ass quiet. Just like Eminem and all the rest. Go figure, Americans. They're a joke. They become nothing but a poor-ass joke. We have absolutely no freedom. None are more enslaved than those that believe they're free. That's certainly us in America. We're that enslaved. We think we're actually free. And we're not. Not at all. Not in the least. That's right, I'm lighting a cigarette. Although they will shoot you in the head at times. But legally, this is a standalone home. I am allowed to smoke. That's the law. If it's a standalone home, I'm allowed to smoke. Otherwise, I'm not. Yeah. Real freedom there. I guess that's part of that freedom. Freedom like in Arizona where everything's a felony except the Keating Five, which took place there in Arizona, by the way. The senator is about to keel over and die, but we're not supposed to know about that yet. What's his name? Senator, oh God, that he's about to die as a brain tumor and stuff. Oh God, Senator, he's a piece of crap. Senator McCain. Senator McCain. Anyway, that piece of crap, he was involved with the Keating Five. The Keating Five happened around 1980, 81, 82. It was so bad, they had to invent a word. They invented the word debacle, meaning that they took every penny that they could take. They took these five men, and McCain being one of the five, by the way. So was Jebby Bush. He was one of them. Neil Bush was another. Watts was another. These are great men, huh? They stole so much money, they stole it, that the entire savings and loan collapsed in America. And those that remember that, I had a savings and loan account, and I remember when the bank closed. Went out of business. Then it became a new bank. Yeah, McBain was definitely involved with that. Excuse me, I keep calling him McBain. He should be called McBain, but he is McCain, John McCain. That's his real name. And in my opinion, he's a piece of crap, a real piece of work. He just shows how horrible Arizona really is. Everything, by the way, is a felony. You light a cigarette, it's a felony. And in 5 years, if you don't not do another crime, then you may hire a lawyer. That's right, hire a lawyer again, and then go to court to petition the court to lower it to a misdemeanor. Otherwise, everything, and I mean everything, is a felony in the state of Arizona. It's a state you want to not go through. You want to avoid it. Unless you're a poor Indian and can't afford to move out. You know, short of that, you shouldn't even be there. Because McCain does not like you. Believe me, he wouldn't have done what he did if he followed anything of us. He wouldn't have been part of it. And by the way, we can go back to John McCain when he was at the Hanoi Hilton. If everyone recalls their history, he lived like a king in North Korea during the Korean War. He lived like a king at the Hilton. Yeah, he lived like a king. Yeah, he didn't do any real time. No, not at all. Not at all. And he did nothing but terrible things in return. Terrible things. I mean, too bad they didn't kill him. You know, it was war. What the hell? Kill the son of a bitch. You know, it's war. I'm not saying do it now. It's not war. But if it was war, I would say, yeah, do it. By all means. Anyway, like I said, there's a lot to talk about. Where should we begin? I guess, well, I don't know. Here's another one. Igor. I call him Igor. His name's Al Gore. You know, Tipsy, the drunken bitch that had the PMRC label, the tipper sticker. Other words, it's called. They still have the tipper sticker on albums, by the way. It didn't go away. They tell us it went away, but it never went away. Look for yourself. You'll see it. Don't take my word for it. Look for yourself. It exists. It's called PMRC. And anyway, it was pretty funny because the patriarch, I always refer to Ronald Reagan as the patriarch. Because after all, it wasn't for him the winning the Republican Party, let's face it. The man is God. Anyway, the orange says he loves him. And he's orange. Now, anyway, Igor, he jets around the 747. You wouldn't want him in a small plane or anything like that. You know, a guy like that, he's a big plane. And he and this guy, Bill Nye, which Bill Nye is no more of a science guy than me. In fact, I'm more of a science guy than he'll ever be. Okay? He's nothing. He's absolutely nothing. But he does wear a bow tie, and his last name rhymes with guy. So let's give the guy, I guess, a break. But a prosecutor in New York, a former prosecutor, he says there shouldn't be a break. He should get 5 years alone for the fucking tie. Okay. All right. I can see going that direction, too. I think it's a little harsh, but the guy is a piece of crap. So, okay. Yeah, he could never answer what school he got his degree from. You would think you would remember such a thing. You're a scientist. You would remember. But see, someone that pretends to be one but isn't going to have an answer because they never went to school. They're not a scientist. Bill Nye is not a science guy. He's a joke. He jets around, not worried about the greenhouse effect, by the way. Or what they call it, global warming. I'm sorry, greenhouse effect is something different. Carl Sagan came up with that. And he's been airbrushed out of history like Nikola Tesla has been airbrushed out. I've seen that on YouTube here, how he's been airbrushed away. Like he doesn't exist. Anyway, Carl Sagan doesn't exist. And gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. The brain damage I suffered. I had traumatic brain injury. I've done pretty good with my life, but it's taken me 5 years to get as far as I have. Oh, I can drive. I know right from wrong. I know good from bad. I know how to work at computers to an extent, electronics. I'm pretty good. I can drive. I can walk. For almost 4 years, I was in a wheelchair. It was all from a real bad accident. Not a car accident, not a boat accident, not an ATV or anything like that. No, I was walking down the steps of my apartment, of my house here, and I fell on the concrete. The back of my head split open. My brain came out, and I almost died. And I have TBI, traumatic brain injury. It's funny because I'm actually eligible in the state of Illinois for a medical marijuana card because I have traumatic brain injury. Yeah, go figure. And I guess if I wanted to, I could be a pothead. Smoke some pot and then it'd be legal for me. Here's a traumatic brain injury. All I need is a doctor to sign off on it. And I have over 50 pounds in 2 months and 2 weeks that I was in the hospital. I have a 50-pound book that they took them a month. It took them a month, Carl, to make it. This is how big it is and how bad it was. Oh, yeah, it's documented. Very documented. It came in a FedEx box, by the way, weighing almost 50 pounds. It's a very heavy box, extremely heavy. And I guess I could get a doctor to sign up pretty easy on a medical marijuana card if I so choose to be a pothead or something. Way life's going, maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I'm definitely not trying to promote anything illegal or any crap like that and BS like that. No, you never do that anywhere in any country on earth. Do you advocate breaking laws? No, definitely not. Anyway, I'm going to sign back off. I see I don't have any viewers. I don't even know if people know I exist. Oh, boy. How can I, get people to know I exist, man? Nick STATES2. Okay. Don't know how I would do this. You're presenting them. Okay, now it says I'm presenting to everyone. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I don't know what I was doing before. Anyway, it now says you are presenting to everyone. Okay. I still see we have 0 viewers. Now, give it a little time. We'll see. Microphone looks like it's tilted a little bit. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. I think it's so nifty, though, how YouTube spent the time and the monies necessary to make all this possible with Google and YouTube together, working together, arm in arm, that made all this possible that we're able to see in real time all over the world, all kinds of things, whatever floats your boat, you can find it. People are jumping online by the thousands every minute on Earth. That's how many people. I mean, I've never seen anything this big in my life. And I'm including like the Library of Congress. That's a beautiful structure in itself. Very valuable possessions that are in there. Our nation's history as well as the world's history. We have a lot of history in that museum. I should say museums, because actually it's about a mile long by a half-mile wide. It's a very big building, very big. And I wish I could give the guts to go there, but I don't know, we're at war with so many countries, and it's the capital of a country that's at war with a bunch of countries. I don't know exactly if it's safe or not. I don't know, because it's not that far from me. It's like 800 miles each way. It isn't real far. It's actually something we could afford to go to. We have some pretty reliable vehicles, my wife and I. And they're not new, unfortunately. Unfortunately, thanks to Japan doing what they did and absolutely nothing about it, I would not recommend a Japanese car, a Japanese vehicle of any kind, personally. Now, it's me saying that. I would not. Because I believe that it's radioactive and radiation can cause cancer. And I wish to avoid that. Oh, yeah, you say, well, the guy smokes. What do you want? Okay, yeah, I do. I smoke. Occasionally, I'll even have a beer. It's pretty rare, but I will be. After my accident, I have been known to have a beer. I usually don't get more than about 2 sips into it, and I wake up the next morning. Yeah, that's my party life now. And yeah, I used to go for days and have fun for days, man. I'd drink, I'd party. I'd go with friends at friends' houses. We'd travel around in my car and all this and have a great time. And after my accident, a couple of sips of beer and I'm out. I go sleep on this couch here. I wake up the next day. I feel fine. Yeah, I only had a couple of sips of beer. Literally like a couple little sips. So I pretty much, I don't bother with beer. What's the point? I mean, all you do is see me sleeping or hear me snoring, sawing wood. Yeah, I suppose that's what anybody's got nothing better to do than listen to me snore wood, saw wood or something. Yeah. Yeah, the whole world has nothing better to do. Yeah, they're down to watching me sleep. That'd be pretty good. The world's down to watching me sleep. I gotta say, it's a great microphone system here that I've hooked up. And with a great boom, that's this boom here. That can be extended out or in. That can come way out. I can make this thing tall enough that Michael Jordan could talk into it. You know, I'd have to jump up on his shoulders or something and yell into it. But it could go high enough that Michael Jordan could talk into it. And what is he, about 7'2" or something? Yeah, we're talking a pretty big guy. Could go up to the mic and talk. I'm just sitting here on the couch, so I have it set pretty low. You know, pretty low. Although I just got this, it's a tripod stand, boom mic tripod. And I just got it a few hours back. And I'm still learning about all the different little things it has. It even has little cards still attached. That's here. And prices who made it. It seems to be fairly well made. And the microphone definitely seems to be. It's a Marantz microphone. And it's a pretty darn good mic. I just wish I had some viewers. You are presenting to everyone. Okay. Well, come on. I can't be the only one with things on my mind. Everyone's got things on their mind. And everyone is important. Everyone is important. And everyone has something on their mind. That's important too. Just as important, if not more important. What are they thinking right now? That's my question. To anyone that can hear my voice. My question is, what's on your mind right now? Is it like a pizza? Maybe some beer? Maybe who's going to win the, what is it, baseball season right now? Yeah, it's warm out. Baseball, maybe someone's going to win, the Red Sox or something. I don't really follow professional sports at all. But, you know, maybe the Cubs are world champions. I'm from Chicago, by the way. Spent 41 years of my life there. Was born in North Side. And, yeah, the Cubs actually won the World Series. How about that? They're the world champions right now. Yeah. I don't know how they're doing currently. I don't know. I suppose as a former Chicagoan, I should kind of know, but I don't. I'll tell you now, though, I live in Danville, Illinois. And Danville, Illinois, the people, the government, everything is much better than the city of Chicago and the surrounding suburbs. What is called the Chicagoland area. That's about a total of 8 million people in the whole area. Right? I would say Danville definitely is a lot better. A lot better. No comparison. Much better down here. Much better. You know, I don't know. Maybe next time the mayor runs, maybe he'll need someone to stuff envelopes. Maybe I'll see if he needs someone to stuff envelopes or something. You know, not the worst guy in the world. I used to work for the government, by the way. I was an inspector for the state of Illinois, Department of Transportation. I was an electrical inspector. So I do know something about surveying, quite a bit about surveying. And whether you're surveying for a wall, a building, or interstate, it doesn't matter. You have to do your surveying and you have to have your soil samples so you know what you're getting into. And you have to mark them, where you're picking them up from, exactly where you're picking them up from. So it takes time to do government surveying work. It takes time, for real. It's not like, oh, well, we're just going to lollygag around. Oh, no. You're not lollygagging. You're working. But it takes time to survey. The longer the stretch, the more time it's going to take. Especially if you only have a couple of surveyors. Yeah, it's going to take a little longer. But, oh, that's my little cat over here. To my left, oh, she got down. She was on a chair. Her name is Missy. I think I'm going to have an account for her, too. Because I don't have anyone following me but my wife. And she would rather die than listen to me. So, I have my wife and myself. And I'm thinking maybe an account for Missy. That's her name, Missy, M-I-S-S-Y. And maybe she needs an account with her picture. Take a little picture of her, with my smartphone and put that up online, and there's a picture. She's a cute little girl. She's 13 now. Yeah, she's a little over 13. She's doing really good. She's doing real good. She feels real healthy. Eats like a pig, drinks like a fish. She's a pretty healthy cat. Pretty healthy. She's not a kid anymore. And we have a roommate. He's my technician, by the way. He's an expert. When it comes to the song Country Boys Can Survive, it is true. 100% true. And I don't mean just survive. I mean good life. Like servers, computers, doctors, medicine, boating, catching fish, how to skin an animal. Real things that you need to know to survive. Country boys know how to make good whiskey too, by the way. Good shine, if you know what I mean. And again, I'm not trying to promote breaking law, but you are allowed to make 100 gallons, at least now I'm checking back in like 1980. It was 100 gallons per human being distilled liquor could be made. Because my friend John, he included me too as part of the 100 gallons. He ran his truck on alcohol, right? Not the kind you would drink, and more the kind like rubbing alcohol. You know, you definitely would not drink this. It could cause blindness and insanity, the whole bit. And anyway, though, it was 100 gallons per person. He's like, well, Nick, you're here all the time. He's like, we feed you every day. Would you mind if I said that you live here and 100 gallons is for you too? And I go, sure, go ahead, John. Go ahead, man. That was back in 1980. No one cared. No one still cares if you make 100 gallons and pour it into your engine. Go ahead. Pour it into your tank. Go have some fun. Just the one thing to keep away from every vehicle made, I don't care where it's made or when it's made, acetone. And acetone you will find in something called Armor All, right? You see Armor All for sale everywhere. It has acetone. Acetone and vehicles do not mix. Not in the least, ever. If it goes in your engine, it seizes, it swells up all the gaskets, and your engine stops working immediately. If you use it on the inside of your car, guess what? It's no good anymore. Now, if you use it on your wheels, guess what? Your wheels are no good anymore. You need new rubber. You got to stay away. If you want good, clean wheels, put some WD-40 in the shop rag and scrub that in real good. That's how you make a tire shine, with WD-40, not Armor All. And I'm just saying that, you know, Armor All has acetone, and unless someone could tell me that acetone's okay for a vehicle, you know what? It's not. And by the way, I was a technician for a few years. Definitely, any vehicle on Earth and acetone do not mix. Period. So Armor All is junk, is garbage. It's beyond belief, and yet they allow it to be for sale. It should not be allowed. But yet it is. It just shows you that you have to use your head when you go shopping. You really do. And you kind of have to know what chemicals are good and what are bad. What shouldn't. Like, okay, nail polish remover, that has acetone in it. Yet my wife will carry it home in her car. Right? Okay, I would do it for her too. It's a little bottle with sealed well. Okay, I'll carry it, transport it back. Sure. But I would not open it in the car. Oh, no. And nowhere near the car either. I don't want it to accidentally spray on it or anything. You know, you want to treat acetone and a vehicle, they don't mix. Period. So any product that has acetone in it does not mix with a vehicle, period. No matter where on earth that vehicle was made. Okay, I'm going to stop transmitting for a little while here and figure out what to do next. Anyway, doesn't seem to be any viewers, but there is somebody out there. Hey, thank you for listening. And I'll be talking to you folks a little later. Okay, take care. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.